5 new exercises for you. I'm going to teach them to you right now. You need for equipment a mat, a handled medicine ball, and a heavy sandbell. I do sell both of those things on my website if you're interested. They do take your exercise to the next level because they challenge your body in different ways. You can, of course, substitute a dumbbell in place of those. The first exercise, you don't need any equipment. It's a walkout with a star jack. So a walkout is like a slowed down burpee. You're going to crouch down and you're going to walk out with your hands out all the way into plank position. Maybe pause for a count just to make sure you're set. Walk back, bending your knees, and from here you're going to do a star jack. So that's a jumping jack, but you start from very low. So then right away you're down, you walk out, you come back, get set, and a star jack. If you're going to modify that, I would still do the walkout, and then when you come back, maybe just stand with the arms overhead. If you don't want to do the jack part, you could stand and bring a leg out to the side and play around with that a little bit. The other alternative, instead of walking out with the hands, is to walk out with the feet. Just like we usually modify the burpees, crouch down, step back, step in, come all the way up. So that would be another modification. For exercise number 2, you're going to grab either your weight or your handled medicine ball. You can also substitute a kettlebell if you have access to those. And we're going to do what is typically called a kettlebell swing. Since I don't have a kettlebell, this works just as well. This weighs 10 pounds. I'm going to take a wide stance, heels stay down. I lower and into a squat. Actually, I'm going to use one arm, and I'm going to pass it. And I have this weight here. I activate from the legs first, then hips, then arm, and then I pass it at the top. So press through the legs first, then comes the swing. If you swing first, you're going to feel that too much in your back. So legs, and you should, especially from the side, be able to see the legs go first, then the hips, then the upper body, and the arms. If that's too much, lower into a squat, stand and curl that ball up to your chest. Lower into a squat, stand and curl. If you have lower back issues, proceed with caution on the swing and do very lightweight and make sure you go real conservative the first time. See how you feel the next day. If it's no problem, you know what you can handle, and maybe then step it up a notch. But just a word of caution on that. Exercise 3 is the big one. Now, if you don't have a sandbell, you could substitute a pillow for this one, or you could do this move without a weight at all. You're going to burpee down with your hands on the sandbell, jump back for a funky push-up, jump in, and then lift that weight overhead. So hands on the sandbell, jump back. I'm going to drop my hands to the floor and push up at the same time, and then I'm going to plyo back up, jump in, grab that sandbell, press it all the way overhead. So here's what it looks like. Jump back, push up, press up, jump in, press. Okay, so that's a tough one. Taking it down a notch. Hands down, step back, drop to your knees, do the push-up, come back in, stand, come in, and press it overhead. So basically, you're just going to slow that way down, drop to your knees for the push-up if you need to. You can even do that push-up from this position. It would be more of a tricep push-up, but that's all right. And you don't even have to bring that with you when you stand. You can just come all the way up without it. Exercise 4 is for abs. This in Pilates is called single straight leg. So if you've ever done Pilates before, you'll recognize this move. One leg is extended, you're bowed up, you grab this leg, the other leg 6 inches off the floor, abs are pulled in and down. Tug 2 times, gently, switch, tug 2 times and gently. 2, switch, 2, switch. Now, I do this once in a while to make sure I'm not holding too much tension in my neck. The abs are doing the work, and I'm looking down at my toes. So I'm not here, because then I can't keep the tension out of my neck. If I want to modify this, I'm going to pull a knee, and you can always do it with your head and shoulders down. That would be a modification. You could even do straight leg with your head and shoulders down. Bowed up would be the regular version. We have one more exercise to learn. Back to the handled medicine ball, which I love. Arms overhead, a wide stance. You're going to rotate, take your feet with your legs, lower into a lunge, and drop that ball to horizontal. Come back to the center, rotate and drop the ball. So again, there's no break on the shoulders because we're staying up above. So if we need to take a break or that's too much, we're going to rotate, lunge, and press that forward, come back. Make sure you take your feet with the twist. I don't want any weird torque on the knee there. So if you need to take your time and get set, do that. Now if you want to make that harder, you stay here in the center. Lower and twist to the side and come to the center. Lower. I shouldn't say lower and twist, I should say lower and lunge. So this would be a variation to make it harder, and this would be the variation, the modification to make it easier. Those are the exercises. Let's do it straight through.